Captain Jake Morrison stared at the endless black space through the bridge window of the USS Liberty. Stars twinkled like tiny diamonds scattered across dark velvet. He had been exploring space for 20 years, but the sight still amazed him. Today felt different, though. Something was wrong. "Captain, I'm picking up strange readings on the scanner," said Ensign Billy Park from his communications station. The young man's fingers moved quickly across the glowing buttons and screens. "There's something big out there, but it's not showing up clearly." Jake walked over to Billy's station and looked at the green lines dancing across the black screen. The patterns made no sense. Ships usually showed up as clear dots, but this looked like static, mixed with lightning. "Lieutenant Commander Hayes, come take a look at this," Jake called to his chief engineer. Lisa Hayes was a small woman with sharp green eyes and grease-stained hands. She could fix anything that broke on the ship, and often improved it while she was at it. Lisa hurried over from the engine control panel, studied Billy's screen for a few seconds, then frowned. "That's not natural, Captain. Whatever's out there is using technology I've never seen before." Dr. Kevin Stone looked up. From his science station, the tall, thin man adjusted his glasses and spoke in his usual calm voice. "The energy patterns suggest a vessel at least 10 times larger than our ship. The readings are off the scale for any known propulsion system." Jake felt his stomach tighten. The Liberty was a good ship, but she was built for exploration, not fighting. They had basic weapons and shields, nothing more. If something hostile was out there, they were in trouble. "Sergeant Chen, get your Marines ready," Jake ordered. Amy Chen was the toughest person on the ship. The short, muscular woman could fight, with her fists, guns, or explosives. Her squad trusted her completely. "Already on it, Captain," Amy replied. She spoke into her radio, calling her team to battle stations. Suddenly, the space in front of them began to ripple like water. The stars bent and twisted in impossible ways. Then, with a flash of purple light, a massive ship appeared. It was dark gray and covered in sharp angles. Strange symbols glowed along its hull in colors that hurt to look at. "Holy Mother of ... double quotes," Billy started to say, then caught himself. The alien ship was enormous. The Liberty could have fit inside it 50 times over. Smaller ships flew around it like angry wasps around their nest. "All stop," Jake commanded. "Raise shields and power up weapons. Billy, try to make contact." The lights on the bridge dimmed as power flowed to the ship's defenses. Jake could hear the hum of the shield generators starting up. It was a comforting sound. But he knew their shields wouldn't last long against something that big. Billy's fingers danced over his controls. "I'm sending standard first contact messages on all frequencies." "Captain, no response yet?" The alien ship moved closer. Jake could see details on its hull now. Weapons ports lined its sides like the eyes of a spider. Energy crackled between strange towers that jutted from its surface. "Captain, I'm receiving a transmission," Billy said. His face had gone pale. "It's coming through on every channel at once. They're speaking English. Put it on speakers," Jake ordered. A voice filled the bridge. It sounded like metal scraping against stone, cold and emotionless. "Human vessel, you have entered space belonging to the Zephyrian Collective. Your species is a contamination that must be cleansed. You will surrender for processing or be destroyed." Jake stepped forward and spoke clearly. "This is Captain Jake Morrison of the Earthship Liberty. We are explorers, not invaders. We mean no harm to you or your people." The alien voice laughed, a sound like breaking glass. "Harm? You breathe our air? You drink our water? You exist in our galaxy. That is harm enough. You have 60 seconds to surrender." Lisa grabbed Jake's arm. "Captain, their weapons are charging. Energy readings are going through the roof." Jake looked around the bridge at his crew. Billy was sweating as he tried to boost their communications signal. Lisa was already calculating engine output. Dr. Stone was studying the alien ship with scientific curiosity, even in the face of death. Amy was checking her weapon, ready to fight even against impossible odds. These were good people. They didn't deserve to die because some aliens thought humans were dirty. "All hands, this is the captain," Jake announced over the ship's speakers. "Prepare for combat. We may be outgunned, but we're not giving up without a fight." The alien ship fired first. A beam of blue energy struck the Liberty's shields. The ship shook violently, throwing everyone against their stations. Sparks flew from damaged panels. The lights flickered. "Shields down to 30%, Lisa shouted over the noise of alarms. "Another hit like that, and we're done for." Jake gripped his command chair as another blast hit them. This time the bridge went dark for a few seconds before emergency power kicked in. Red lights bathed everything in an eerie glow. "Auto-return fire," Jake ordered. Their weapons shot back. But the beams seemed to bounce off the alien ship like raindrops off a windshield. The massive vessel didn't even slow down. A third blast struck them, and this time Jake knew they were finished. The main power died completely. Life support systems went quiet. Even the emergency lights went out, leaving them in total darkness. Electromagnetic pulse. Lisa's voice came through the blackness. "They fried every system on the ship. We're dead in the water." Jake activated his emergency flashlight. In the weak beam, he could see his crew looking at him with fear and determination mixed. Together they were scared, but they weren't broken. "Billy, how long do we have on emergency life support?" Jake asked. Billy checked a small handheld device. "Maybe 72 hours, if we're lucky, Captain." The alien voice came through their personal communicators, somehow still working despite the pulse. "You see how easily we can end you? Surrender now, and your death will be quick. Refuse, and you will slowly suffocate in the dark." Jake stood up straight, even though no one could see him clearly. "Lisa, is there anything on this ship that still works? Anything at all?" Lisa was quiet for a long moment. Then she spoke in a whisper. "Captain, there might be something. The experimental equipment in Storage Bay 7 is completely isolated from the main systems." "What kind of experimental equipment?" Dr. Stone asked. Lisa's voice grew stronger. "Project Prometheus. Quantum manipulation technology. It was supposed to be tested at the space station, but..." She paused. "But maybe we can use it to fix the ship." Jake felt a spark of hope. "Can you make it work?" "I don't know, Captain. The technology is completely untested. It could save us, or it could tear the ship apart." Jake thought about the alien ship waiting outside. He thought about his crew, good people who deserved better than dying in the dark. He thought about Earth, and how these aliens wanted to wipe out humanity. "Lisa," he said firmly, "humans don't go quietly into the night. Let's see what we can do with this Prometheus technology." In the darkness of the disabled ship, surrounded by enemies who wanted them dead, the crew of the Liberty began to plan something that would change everything. Lisa Hayes crawled through the dark corridors of the Liberty using only her flashlight to see. The ship felt dead around her. No humming engines, no air circulation, no lights, just cold metal and the sound of her own breathing. Behind her, Dr. Stone and Billy Park followed with their own lights dancing on the walls. "Storage Bay 7 should be just ahead," Lisa whispered. She didn't know why she was whispering. The aliens outside probably couldn't hear them anyway. They reached a heavy door marked with warning signs in bright yellow letters. Lisa punched in the access code she had memorized months ago. The door opened with a soft hiss, using its own battery power. Inside the storage bay, strange equipment filled most of the space. Metal boxes connected by thick cables, computer screens that were dark and silent. In the center sat something that